Our world is in danger, and this is because of this upcoming sixth mass extinction. Natural conservatories all over the world are the main leading factors that are slowing the extinction of the human and animal races. By valuing and conserving our land, we can protect our wildlife and help preserve our natural resources, which will ultimately slow and even stop the process of the upcoming sixth extinction, which is why these natural conservatories are so important.
National conservations are vital to protecting our land and animals, and if there were more of them, we'd be able to protect more of our earth and wildlife. Protected lands and conservations, like Red Rock Canyon, are critical tools for safeguarding biodiversity and maintaining ecosystem balance, especially if we place them in the many different regions of the world to ensure that they'd be representative of our planet's diverse nature and ecosystems, as pointed out by Campaign for Nature. By safeguarding the biodiversity in the various ecosystems of the world, we will be able to make sure that our many different resources, animals, and lands are conserved and aren't being used up or targeted too quickly, since we'll have a plentiful supply. So, what is actually being done in these conservations that are so beneficial? National conservations keep the earth from being a slight bit worse every time, since it prevents the land to be used for things such as buildings. They also have a lot of accomplishments within the goals they have set as an organization, such as the preservation of all rocks and minerals and trying to get people to see ecosystems that came before us. With the plan of trying to conserve more land, it helps the biodiversity in the area since we aren't fully eliminating ecosystems. The people at Red Rock want us to see the little things so we can help preserve all the natural stuff around us today. The main mission of Red Rock Canyon is to try and let people have a learning experience of the land that's spread all throughout the canyon, with them spreading the information that they've gathered and showing people all the ecosystems that live in the area. They're trying to give us knowledge so we can help our own environment, plants, and animals, and we can stop putting harm into the everyday world. The information that we learn from the conservatories are so helpful because they let us realize the damage we put into the world every day and give us awareness so we are not blinded by it. With more and more countries trying to find ways to protect our natural lands, they are slowly making a difference in getting the earth back to the ways they used to be, which is why having these conservations is such a big thing, although it might be a bit of a slow process. Inevitably, there will be people who do not care about the environment and don't think these conservatories can make a change. While it is true that conservatories that allow people in areas ultimately harm the environment because some of the people can't comprehend what they are doing and don't know how to properly respect the land, there are specific rules and regulations that are put in place at these conservatories that help prevent damage to the environment they are protecting, such as no destruction of any wildlife, meaning any removal of rocks from the canyon is illegal. Those who run the conservatories care for the well-being of the land and enforce these rules to make sure that these areas stay protected. Natural conservatories ultimately flourish and will help lessen and maybe even prevent the impact of the sixth mass extinction.
This upcoming sixth mass extinction could lead to consequences on every scale, local, national, and global, all the way from the quality of the ecosystems around the world to the food that you eat at home. Without these natural conservatories such as Red Rock Canyon Conservation Area, the wildlife of this world could deteriorate much faster than it would without these areas to help slow or even prevent this from turning into the sixth mass extinction. Actions that are being used to prevent this from becoming an issue would be the enforcement of more rules onto all of these conservatories in order to preserve and keep the wildlife safe. More of these actions are implementing more ways to get money so that every cent could be used towards helping the environment.